straight from the underground. Living my life underneath the ground. Digging underground. Living my life underneath the ground. Living my life underneath the ground. Living my life underneath the ground. I'm blowing up like you thought I would.
Hey everybody, welcome back to night 2 of the WPSRA Underground Wintertime Points Chase. I'm Randy Silvis.
And I'm Tony Mollick, and when we last left you, we were in the middle of the second round of a 3-round night.
Just to remind you, the points from night 2 have increased to 3 points for crossing start under power, 3 points for crossing finish in your own lane, 7 points for a win, and 0 points for a disqualification, giving you 13 possible points per race.
Round 2, race 6, we have Bat 2 versus Banshee.
Banshee guessed on the light and guessed right. When somebody guesses on the light, there's very little chance of catching them.
Banshee gets 13, Bat 2 gets 6.
Round 2, race 7, the Hairy Olds versus Blue Bayou. Yeah, it's a shame when you draw one of your own teammates, because whoever wins is taking one of their own out of the competition.
Every win or loss tonight can move you around the list more than you think, having a differential of 7 points between each win or loss.
Hairy Olds was out first by about a half a car and manages to stretch Blue Bayou out for the win.
Hairy Olds gets 13 and Blue Bayou 6.
Round 2, race 8, Grape Gas versus Tyrant.
Grape Gas has been having issues just making it down the track under full power. Let's see if he's got that ironed out yet.
Both drivers waited for the light, and they both left together.
Looked like Grape Gas had the advantage of camera 2.
And managed to hang on to that small lead till the finish line.
And that'll give him the chance to gather up some decent data. That run was way better than his first one.
He already got more points tonight than he had in all of night 1.
Round 2, race 9, the Mad Bird versus Son of Troublemaker.
It's the battle of the pro mods.
Beautiful start. Looked like the Mad Bird was ahead at camera 2.
And it's Mad Bird by 2 cars.
SOT's doing good keeping his front end glued to the track, but I think he needs a little bit of weight over the rear tires.
Yeah, he's not getting to use all that power because he can't get it to the surface.
Next up, a car that's been trying to sort through a lot of problems. An OG champion, the 1951 Chevrolet called Slick Trick versus the Mini Cooper called Mini Me.
Those drag bars on that Cooper are longer than the whole car.
Slick Trick was slow off the line.
Slick Trick has been snake bit throughout this whole competition.
And that gives Mini Me 13 points to move on with.
Round 2, race 11, the 65 Chevy 2 Gasser called Orange Crush versus the Gen 3 Scare Mara.
That Orange Crush is starting to make some good passes.
Shame she couldn't do that on night 1.
Looked like Scaramaro had some sort of problem on that run.
Orange Crush already topped out his score from night 1 in only 2 rounds.
And that points differential has taken a toll on every car that loses a race tonight.
Round 2, race 12, the Chop 32 called Cherry Pie versus the Studebaker Gasser called Scorpion.
Looks like I'm finally getting down 32 to run. That was a pretty decent pass.
That is enough to get Cherry Pie his first win of the night.
Our last race of round 2 pits the Mach 5 against the Killer Nova.
Oh, Mach 5 took off like a shot.
That Killer Nova was reeling me back in as fast as he could, but he just ran out of real estate.
That gives the Mach 5 his second win of the night, and the Killer Nova his first loss.
And that means the Killer Nova and SOB have both managed to knock themselves out of the top 5.
That is just brutal. One loss can change everything.
That's 2 fast cars that should be trying to see how close to number 1 they can get, and now they're just trying to stay in the top 10.
Round 3, race 1, the Ghost versus Judas.
Judas is still having traction problems. That rear end kicked all the way out to the right.
And the Willys made his usual pass,
Giving the Ghost the first perfect score for the night.
Round 3, race 2. Again, teammates racing one another. Killer Nova versus Jangalang.
Rolling.
Solid start. Looks like the Killer Nova got power to the surface first, and he put a car on Jangalang.
And he managed to hang on to it long enough to take the win.
Giving the Killer Nova 2 out of 3 tonight, and something is definitely wrong with Jangalang.
Round 3, race 3. Cherry Pie versus his teammate, Bat 2.
Cherry Pie keeps hesitating off the start, and we just cannot figure out why.
And that hesitation opened the door for Bat 2 to win.
Giving that Batmobile 2 out of 3 for the night.
And Cherry Pie is still struggling.
Round 3, race 4. Alley Cat versus GT.
Alley Cat.
What was that?
What was what?
They got a good start, but that GT was just too much for the Alley Cat.
Alley Cat.
Dude, did you just hear that echo?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. The GT takes the win by 2 cars, giving him 13 points and 6 to the little Alley Cat.
Alley Cat.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
Hear what? Round 3, race 5. Slick Trick versus Dark Phoenix.
Slick Trick's in a lot of trouble, and Dark Phoenix just needs to go A to B.
And that's what he does, giving Dark Phoenix a perfect score for the night.
And Slick Trick does too, except with 3 6s.
And that's the perfect number, because we need to exorcise the demons out of that thing.
Round 3, race 6. The Tassinator and the Scorpion make their final passes of the night.
That Tassinator's getting faster and faster with each pass, and that Scorpion's headed for the street division.
Yeah, maybe a small block motor and some new gears is what she needs. And that Tassinator was still walking away at the finish line. I can't wait to see that thing on a quarter-mile track.
Giving the Tassinator a perfect score for the night, and the Scorpion is saddled with the mark of the beast, 666.
Round 3, race 7. Here's another mismatch. The 57 versus Banshee.
A pro mod that's on his way up versus a car that's headed for the street division.
And it looks like Banshee's getting faster with every pass.
And another perfect score, and another car takes the dreaded 666.
Round 3, race 8. Teammates face off again. The Grape Gas versus the Mach 5.
Once again, the Mach 5 takes off like a shot.
And the Grape Gas is still fighting through his problems.
Giving Mach 5 the perfect score for the night, and the Great Gas loses 2 out of 3.
Round 3, race 9. SOB versus Hall & Oates.
You left at the same time, and Hall & Oates made a good pass. What the hell's wrong with that Corvette?
I won't be able to tell you that until the next race, but what I can tell you is SOB just got knocked out of the top 10.
Giving Hall & Oates his perfect score for the night.
Round 3, race 10 will pit the Orange Crush against the Hairy Olds.
Now that's a drag race.
Looks like Hairy Olds was starting to pull away at camera 2 and managed to stay ahead for the win.
Giving Hairy Olds his perfect score for the night.
Round 3, race 11, a little Camaro on Camaro crime. The Scaramaro versus the Tyrant.
And Tyrant gets caught sleeping at the line.
But it looks like he was starting to come around at camera 2.
And gaps Scaramaro for the win.
Neither car had a perfect score for the night, but neither car did too bad either.
Round 3, race 12. A couple of teammates who really need to stop drawing one another. Mini-Me versus Blue Bayou.
rolling.
And this time Blue Bayou gets the jump and Mini-Me just could not run him down.
Making Blue Bayou and Mini-Me unfortunately responsible for only getting 1 win apiece tonight. Round 3, race 13, our last race of the night. SOT versus the Mad Bird, the rematch of the Pro Mods.
And the Mad Bird jumped. Now, this was awfully close, and I was actually asked to come back here to the studio and figure out whether there was a jump or whether it was a clean start. And I was asked to do it for 2 races. And I did it the same for both races. I went to 3 frames before the light, and I watched each frame until the light came on. For the first race, which was one of the Banshee races, Banshee never moved until the light changed. When the light changed, Banshee was already halfway past the car beside it, which means that Banshee did guess. But there's only so many frames per second, and I can only go by what I can see. So Banshee had a clean start. What I'm about to show you are the last 2 frames before the light came on for this race. Whenever the second frame comes on where Mad Bird moves, I have the word jump come up on the screen. I want you to watch it. Keep your eye on the back bumper and the back tire of the driver's side of the Mad Bird. You're not going to see it the first time, but you'll see jump pop on the screen. Now I'm going to show it to you again to let your eyes adjust. Watch the bumper, watch the tire, and watch for jump to appear, and you'll see the car move. Now that your eyes have had a chance to adjust to it, I'm going to do it one more time. This time the word jump will not appear on the screen. Just watch the bumper and watch the rear tire. I understand it only moves by the slightest fraction, but let's try to remember something, guys, and be honest. If the car was moving before the light came on whatsoever, you weren't just touching the accelerator, you had the hammer down. That means you definitely jumped. Alright, that gives us our final tallies for the night. And here are your scores from night 1 and night 2.
And here are the total scores.
And here's where you're going to get to see how much movement happened on the list.
Banshee, Mach 5, and Tazinator are the last 3 cars to have perfect scores for the competition. They're tied at first place.
Hall & Oates and Dark Phoenix are tied at 4th with 58 points.
Harry Old sits alone at the number 6 position with 53 points.
And the Killer Nova, GT, and Orange Crush are tied at 7th with 51 points.
Ghost sits alone at the 10th spot with 50 points.
And SOB is right on his back bumper at number 11 with 49.
Bat 2 sits alone at the 12th spot with 46 points.
And Blue Bayou, SOT, and Scare Marrow are all tied at number 13 with 44.
Jangalang, Tyrant, and Mini-Meat are tied at number 16 with 39 points.
Grape Gas sits alone at number 19 with 38.
And the number 20 spot is being held by that little car that runs in the street division as well, called...
Wait for it.
Wait for what?
Alley Cat.
There you go. If you can't beat them, put them to work.
Cherry Pie sits at number 21 with 34 points.
Spirit of 57 is the number 22 with 32 points.
Madbird sits at 23 with 30 points. And Judas sits at 24 with 21 points.
Slick Trick sits at 25 with 20 points.
And Scorpion is riding the bottom of the list with 18.
So that brings us to the end of Night 2. Join us next time for Night 3 of the Underground.
Until then, I'm Randy Silvas.
And I'm Tony Mulling.
And you've been watching
SLOTRODS.
The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No creeping allowed, yo, you just get a glance. Don't try to swing game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch a show blow from a distance, but give us some bass on, let the girl dance.
Now that's a drag race.